Picture two people, same age, same school, same city. Fast forward 10 years. One of them is building something they're proud of. The other is still wondering why life never clicked for them. The difference? It wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It wasn't even hard work. Not exactly. It was the moment one of them stopped believing certain comfortable lies and started facing things most people spend their whole lives running from. I'm going to share 7 of those things today. Some will feel obvious. Some will feel personal. But all of them, if you actually absorb them instead of just watching, have the potential to completely shift how you move through the world. Fair warning, this isn't a pep talk. I'm not going to tell you you're amazing and anything is possible. That content is everywhere. This is something different. Let's get into it. Truth number 1, the universe is neutral about you. Here's something that took me an embarrassingly long time to understand. The world doesn't have a plan for you. There's no cosmic deadline where the right opportunity shows up. No teacher is going to pull you aside and say, I see something special in you. Let me guide you. No perfect moment is going to materialize where motivation strikes and everything finally feels easy. Most of us grow up with this quiet, unconscious belief that life is building towards something, that if we just wait long enough, the path will reveal itself. It won't. Successful people don't move differently because they have more talent. They move differently because they stopped waiting for permission. They stopped looking for a sign and started creating the conditions for the life they wanted. Think of it this way. If you were the only person responsible for the next 5 years of your life, no backup plan, no one coming to help, what would you do today? That question isn't hypothetical. That's just the truth. The moment you stop waiting and start deciding, that's when everything changes. Truth number 2, you're not relaxing on your phone. You're trading your future. I want you to do a quick calculation. Think about the last week. How many hours did you spend watching short videos, scrolling feeds, or just mindlessly drifting through apps? Even a conservative estimate, say 3 hours a day, adds up to over 1,000 hours a year. That's 45 full days. Now here's the uncomfortable part. What did you get from those 1,000 hours? Could you point to a skill you built, a meaningful conversation you had, a creative project you started, or was most of it just gone, consumed, and forgotten? This isn't about demonizing technology. It's about being honest that the way most people use their phones isn't rest, it's avoidance. It feels like unwinding, but it's actually just deferring your real life. The apps are built to feel this way. Thousands of engineers with PhDs in behavioral psychology designed these products specifically to make you feel like you're doing something while you're actually doing nothing. It's one of the most sophisticated traps ever created for the human brain. You don't have to throw your phone away, but you do have to be intentional. Try this. For 1 week, track your screen time, then identify just one app that takes more than it gives. Cut it. Replace that time with anything that builds towards something. Even 1 hour a day. 1 year from now, that's 365 hours of real skill, real knowledge, real progress. Compare that to 365 hours of content you'll never remember. Truth number 3, the relationship with your parents has an expiration date, but not the one you think. Right now, your parents might feel like background noise. Predictable, familiar, sometimes annoying. But here's the thing about familiar, we stop seeing it. We stop noticing the details. We don't register the way they move through the house, the expressions they make when they think no one's watching, the small rituals they've built into their days. We're so used to them being there that we don't actually see them until one day something shifts. Maybe it's a gray hair. Maybe it's watching them struggle with something that used to be effortless. Maybe it's just a quiet moment where you realize for the first time really that they're not permanent. And that realization hits differently when you've spent years brushing them off. The conversations you're skipping right now, the meals you eat in your room, the questions you answer in 3 words, the moments you opt out of, those are the ones you'll want back. Not in some abstract future sense. Specifically, you'll remember the exact moments and wish you'd chosen differently. I'm not asking you to suddenly become someone who loves every family dinner. I'm asking you to look at your parents like they're real people. People with histories and regrets and things they never got to do. People who are running out of time, even if nobody talks about it. Put the phone down when you're with them. Not every time. Not perfectly. Just more than you do now. Truth number 4, your identity is being written right now, whether you're paying attention or not. There's a concept in psychology called behavioral compounding. The idea is simple. The things you do consistently become the person you are automatically. You don't wake up one day and decide to be disciplined or lazy, organized, or scattered. You become those things through thousands of micro decisions that feel meaningless in the moment. Every morning you choose the harder thing, getting up, focusing, following through. You're casting a vote for the the version of yourself who does that. Every time you don't, you're voting for the other version. Neither vote feels significant, but elections are decided by accumulation, not by any single ballot. The dangerous thing about your teenage years is that everything feels temporary. It feels like you're in a waiting room before real life begins. So you think the habits you're forming right now are somehow provisional, like they don't really count yet. They count more than anything else will, because the person you become in these years, the baseline you set for your attention, your discipline, your relationship with discomfort, that becomes the foundation everything else is built on. If that foundation is solid, hard things later become manageable. If it's not, even easy things later will feel impossible. What do your daily habits say about who you're becoming? Be honest. Not harsh, but honest. Truth number 5. Growing up means some friendships won't survive, and that's not a failure. This one is genuinely hard to talk about because it involves people you care about. But here's what most people don't realize. Proximity isn't the same as connection. A lot of the friendships we hold onto aren't deep relationships. They're just shared geography. Same school, same neighborhood, same lunch table. Circumstantial bonds. When the circumstances change, when you start developing different values, different goals, different standards for how you spend your time, some of those bonds won't hold. And what makes it painful is that it rarely happens with a dramatic argument or a clear ending. It just slowly becomes obvious that you're moving in different directions. Sometimes people in your circle will sense you changing before you fully realize it yourself. And some of them won't like it, not because they want bad things for you, but because your growth makes them uncomfortable about their own stagnation. So they'll push back, call you different, act like ambition is something to be suspicious of. Don't let the discomfort of that slow you down. The people who are meant to be long-term presences in your life will grow with you, or they'll come into your life later when you've already become someone who attracts them. Either way, the right relationships require you to become yourself first. Truth number 6. Intensity isn't the same as compatibility. If you've ever been in a relationship that felt overwhelming, like nothing else existed when you were together, like your whole world got smaller and brighter all at once, you know what I'm talking about. That feeling is real. But here's what it isn't. It isn't evidence that the relationship is right. Intensity and compatibility are two completely different things. You can feel deeply connected to someone who is genuinely bad for your growth. You can love someone whose life is going in a direction that has nothing to do with where you're headed. You can stay in something unhealthy for years because the emotional charge makes it feel meaningful. A lot of people in their 20s and 30s look back on their teenage relationships and realize they stayed way past the expiration date. Not because they were weak, but because nobody taught them that love is necessary but not sufficient. Healthy relationships make both people bigger. They create space for individual growth, not just shared comfort. If you find yourself shrinking, adjusting your goals, your standards, your ambitions to maintain a relationship, that's worth paying attention to. And if you're not in a relationship right now, stop treating that like a problem to solve. The most valuable thing you can do is build a life that genuinely interests you. That's both the goal and the best foundation for any relationship worth having. Truth number 7. Regret has 2 flavors. Only one of them goes away. There's research on this that I find genuinely interesting. When people look back on their lives, they report 2 different kinds of regret. Regrets about things they did, risks taken, mistakes made, embarrassing moments, tend to fade over time. You process them, you learn from them, and eventually they become stories. Regrets about things they didn't do, chances not taken, words not said, years drifted through, tend to grow. They compound because unlike a mistake, there's no lesson, no story, no version of events where it worked out differently. Just absence. Most people in your position aren't worried about trying too much. They're worried about failing publicly, looking stupid, being rejected, getting it wrong. But those outcomes all have recoveries. You learn, you adjust, you move forward. The outcome with no recovery is standing still, living carefully, treating your potential like something fragile that needs to be protected instead of tested. Your teenage years are not a rehearsal for when your life gets serious. This is your life happening right now. And the decisions you make in this window about what you try, what you invest your time in, what kind of person you practice being will echo for decades. Try the thing. Start the project. Have the conversation. Take the class. Ask the question. Not because you'll succeed, but because attempting is how you build the version of yourself that eventually does. Look, I know that was a lot, and I'm not under any illusion that one video rewires how you live. It doesn't work like that. But sometimes the right idea, heard at the right moment, sticks somewhere, and it changes one decision. And that one decision changes the next one. You're at a point in your life where almost everything is still shapeable. That's rare. Most people only realize how rare it was after it's gone. What you do with that is up to you. If something in here landed differently than the rest, drop in the comments. I read them, and those conversations are usually the best part. If you want more of this kind of honest, no filter content, subscribe. I put something out every week week, and I promise it won't be what you expected. Now go do something with this.